I'm so tempted to say, and we're live. Hey, everybody. Carla and Don Silver here. Oops, it just went live. Hey, everybody. Carla and Don Silver here, and welcome. And we're so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. A couple of things before we get started. Doug, your neighbor. Hey, Doug. Drum roll, please. Thank you for that. There is a chat, I think that way. I don't know. Am I pointing the right way, Don? There's a chat. Hey, Marta. Hey, Doug. There's a chat on one side of the screen or another. There's also a place where you can ask questions. We want this to be interactive. And so let me tell you what's going to be happening today. I had to write down a list of all the things that I wanted to cover because I want to get to the training. Whoops, I'm shaking my desk. I want to get to the training as quickly as I possibly can. Hey, Steve. Hi, Christopher. So the first thing this is what we're going to go over today. Why we didn't go to Dubai. That seems to be a big question amongst all of our followers. 2, I'm going to go through some of the Doobly updates. 3, there was a survey when you guys filled out and you registered for the event this evening. There was a survey that you took, and so there's some survey says results coming up. And then I'm going to get into the training, and then I have a bonus for everybody that sticks to the end that I guarantee that you will all love, love, love. So first of all, let's address the elephant in the room. I didn't even think that this was going to be a big deal, but evidently it was to some of you. So let's just address it head on. Don and I have been working our tails off, learning internet marketing, building our businesses, building our businesses. I have also signed up myself to up-level my contribution to our coaching clients, to our courses and all that other stuff. So I had a coaching program that I'm participating in. And you know what? We hadn't taken a vacation in a really, really, really long time. As a matter of fact, with the exception of a few days last year, we had not taken a vacation that wasn't attached to a business event. Oh my gosh, check this out, guys. Since 2004. So it's been a really long time. And so shortly before we were ready to head off to Dubai, we said, you know what, let's go spend some time together and not business related. And that's what we did. We've never missed an event for any company that we've been involved with in the past, but you know, it just came to a time in our lives where something had to bend a little bit. So we bent. And so there was nothing diabolical about it, just as maybe kind of bad timing, but it was the best thing for me personally, Don, our relationship, probably you guys too. So hey guys, hey Jean, Karen, Krista, Ross. Oh, you know what? That is really distracting to have that chat. I could be chatting with you guys all night. So that's why we didn't go. It was pure selfish greed to have some time to ourselves and explore a new country and a new place in the world. So let's skip to real quick some of the Doobly updates. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do survey results first. So in the survey, I'm just looking at the answers here. In the survey, I was overwhelming that most of you wanted to have webinars that are about 45 minutes. So I'm going to talk very quickly and do my best to deliver as much as I can in 45 minutes and be out of here. Anytime we meet with you guys, we're going to try to keep it certainly less than an hour. I'm not a big talker, and I like to get to the point anyway. Well, maybe I'm a big talker, but I like to get to the point anyway, and I like to deliver as much value as I possibly can. So again, we're going to do that tonight. So is Don laughing at me? I have no idea. Oh, that yes. I'm a big talker.
Yes, you're a big talker. Everybody knows it. There's no doubt about it. There's no two ways. There's no equivocation. You can stick your tongue out all day long. You're still a big talker. But I got to tell everybody, I got to say this, you know, about the trip. We went to rainy country in Northern Europe from where we live in the desert where there is no rain. And it was so cool to get wet in the rain and have fun and eat different things and meet different people and do that stuff. And it was an absolute rejuvenation. So if you haven't taken a vacation in a while, not related to a business trip, put it on your schedule. Do it. You deserve it.
Yeah, it was. I don't want to say well deserved, but it was well deserved. I had personally hit like a breaking point where I needed to take some time off and out. So here's our survey results. 45 minutes. So we're going to look to keep all of our information and package it and deliver it in a format that'll get to you as quickly and as easily as possible in 45 minutes. These are the topics that were the most requested for information. So prospect conversions, and we're going to talk about that tonight. One of the best ways that you can assist yourself in converting your prospects, lead generation, where to market and how to market online if you have a limited budget, ways to sign up Doobly customers, and we're going to address that tangentially this evening. Another topic which was completely different was like, how do you organize yourself? What do you do, Carla? In this particular case, a couple of people asked me what I do on a daily basis, how we manage our time, organization, especially if you have a job or family, kids, all that stuff that's just, we all have stuff that's distracting, but I'm not going to do that tonight, but that's one of my very favorite subjects. So look for that in an upcoming week. Another couple people said, okay, so once I get, I have automated my sales funnels, et cetera, how do I scale that, right? I have a job, I'm making decent money, but I have a job and I've got some things to do, and I really want this to replace my income before I let that job go. So how do I scale my business? That is a beautiful question. We're not going to address that tonight, but I have that on my list. That's something that's really important to me. And Dawn and I have built our business in an automated fashion. All of you that are on the line know that we have an automated sales funnel that's personalized to us, that delivers us PPAs and regularly. We know what the lifetime, by the way, I'll just address this real quick. We know what the lifetime value and what kind of money you make on the basic basis of an average PPA. So we know that if we make $1,000 for a PPA that comes in, we can spend $500 in advertising, which we wouldn't spend that much to get a PPA, but you could, right? You could spend $800 if you're making $1,000. So we'll talk about that in another business. Some people said we're looking for demographics. How do we target by demographics? And we'll address that when we do Facebook advertising, which will come up maybe not this month, but upcoming months. I have a question for you guys. We were planning on doing these webinars every other week. Let us know in the chat roll if you want them every other week or every week. We probably can't do them every single week, but tell us what you want to do. And that was basically the results of the survey. So we're going to look in the next few weeks and months to deliver on all of that, because that's stuff that we can certainly train you on. All right, Doobly. My list for Doobly, I think that most of you should have already watched either the national call or Brian McIntosh's update call on what happened. So I'm just going to go through these really quick because obviously I wasn't there to get all the news myself. Mobile phone app is coming up. Really cool. No need to sign in. People will be able to shop directly from their phone. I happen to know a tremendous percentage of online shoppers shop from their mobile devices. As a matter of fact, almost everybody I know shops from their mobile devices. So to have that integration into a mobile app where there's no toolbar and what is that called when you click that green button at the top, Don, and you say, yeah, I want
activate.
Yeah, you don't have to activate your toolbar, all that stuff.
How shall I say? Stupid activate.
Yeah, that's all going away generally, and that's certainly going to be gone in the mobile phone app. So that's pretty exciting. That system will track your user for you. It's 100 times faster There will be by the end of this year, there'll be 101 currencies, 53 languages, et cetera, et cetera. Now, as far as customer, I'm just reading my notes, guys. As far as customer look and feel, when somebody signs up or is incentivized to sign up as a VIP, they're going to be put in the VIP lounge, which is a completely private portion of the Doobly.com shopping experience. And the incentive to get in there is literally hundreds of dollars of coupons and discounts they'll be able to access and use right away, which is pretty cool. The coolest thing that I think on the customer front is it is no longer required for your customer to spend 99 cents to activate a voucher. Can we hear a round of applause, folks? That is actually pretty huge. You know, if people are a little skeptical to begin with, if they have to spend money, it's kind of a deal breaker. So you send somebody a voucher, they click on it, it's activated instantly. Yay, that's pretty damn cool. Lots of people had questions about the partner program, and I'll get Alex Petrolak to come out and speak to everybody shortly, but and I'll arrange that sometime soon. It totally depends on his schedule. He's always kind of nervous to come out on Hangouts. And then, of course, he comes out and he kills it. So, but the partner program, what is really cool is that, think about this, guys. Your average Doobly business associate knows, and I'm just going to be honest here, knows next to nothing about marketing. You guys that are listening to my voice know way more than the average business associate that gets started here and that is a business associate with Doobly. Think about this. There's all kinds of marketing tactics that Don and I know, and many of you know too, but it's like asking a new business associate that signs up a partner to help that partner do something that business associate doesn't really know how to do. Many of you have long and deep corporate experience and marketing experience, and you know how to maintain that relationship with that customer, and you know how to steer that customer through the marketing jungle, so to speak, but the average business associate doesn't. Doobly is in the process of hiring hundreds of coordinators all around the world to assist your partners in signing up customers, so that when you sign up a partner, all you have to do is hand that partner over to corporate. They're going to take it from there, and they're going to be the customer service for that customer, for that partner. This is beautiful because then you can go do what you need to do, and what you need to do, of course, is go sign up another partner, go sign up another partner program accelerator, PPA, into your team, sign up another customer. So I'm sure that I've left something out here. But those are the big takeaways that I had from my notes from reviewing Brian McIntosh's video. And you guys can go review that yourself. I'm already almost 15 minutes again. Let me see if there's any, Don, I see there's some questions. One request, you. Okay, so I'm going to say, Don, interrupt me if you would monitor see every other week. Love that.
Every other week seems to be the consensus here. I want to say something about the new technology. We don't know the date. They're going to release it. They're going to turn it on when they are ready. It's supposed to be sometime soon. What does that mean? That means you go to your Doobly.com website and you look periodically to see if it's changed. Or you will look on the Facebook group or somewhere else. You don't type in silly questions saying, I wonder when this is going to happen, because nobody knows. And if they did, they couldn't say until it's done. So just be patient. Just be patient and check it out. And someday we're going to have a surprise. And it'll be there.
So, guys, I'm going to give one of my bonuses, which isn't really a bonus. It's just something that we set up for you. Well, it is a bonus. Don and I have been thinking, we have been teaching internet marketing and team leadership, time management skills now for, well, internet marketing steadily for 5 or 6 years, 7. Before that, we weren't really teaching that. We were teaching other ways of lead generation, but we've been teaching that for a long, long time. And we noticed there's not a group of us that is together, supportive, a mastermind group that is just a place where we can talk internet marketing. It doesn't matter necessarily what business you're in. It's really a place that that we can support each other. So we put together a mastermind group on Facebook, and we'd like to invite you all to join. It's Zero to Hero Online Mastermind. You can go to Facebook, connect with, just search for Zero to Hero Online Mastermind. And again, this is a supportive place. This is not a place to, just like any other group, it's not a place for complaining. But it's a great place to get your questions answered about internet marketing. Internet marketing is a giant subject. The tools and tricks and tips and methods are always changing. And I didn't see a place where we had anything online where we could actually do that. So I'm going to invite you to join Zero to Hero Online Mastermind on Facebook. You just have to request to join, and Don or me will, of course, say yes. We'd love to have you. So, okay, so I'm going to get to the training. Before I do that, I'm going to see if there are any questions here at all. Anything that I need to pay attention to before I get rocking and rolling?
No, I'm trying to figure out where on earth I do a send a link. I guess I can just do it in the chat box. Okay.
Yeah.
Do that there. I changed I gave it a shortcut. So it's now facebookgroups.com/group/Zero to Hero Online Mastermind. So everybody can click on that and do the request, and either sometime in the next half hour, 45 minutes, or after we're done, we will do the approve thing.
Okay, so guys, here was what I was thinking. We could have started anywhere. Lots of you on the line are brand new, and many of you, well, probably a much bigger proportion, have already started developing your list. You've already started generating leads. You've already built a team, and you're looking for ways to convert people on your list or attract better, more partners. Excuse me, I shouldn't say partners because that gets confusing, but I call our associates partners. They're business partners of us, but in Doobly we don't want to get confused between partners and partners. So you want to attract more people, more qualified individuals to your team. So our training tonight is really going to be, I can't train everything because we would be here for hours. Jean, you know that. You spent 3 days with Don and I here in Palm Springs at our workshop. I can't train on all of it that you could possibly do to really put your best foot forward online. But today I'm going to give you some of the tricks that will really assist you, because when your prospects respond to your advertising and they get on they see the presentation, or they don't even bother watching it, which probably 89% of the people that opt into in your opt-in page go to your sales page and they don't watch the video for a whole host of reasons, right? Maybe they saw your ad or opened your email or whatever it was while they were in the subway in New York City, or standing online for a Starbucks, or while they were at work. Can't sit there and watch a video. We're all on our mobile devices and on our computers at weird and wacky times where maybe watching that video isn't convenient. So that person doesn't know you from Adam, right? They have no idea who you are. But I guarantee you, the serious people that are on your list are watching you. They're watching you, they're Googling you, they're watching you on LinkedIn, or they're checking out your profile at the very least on LinkedIn. They're watching you on Facebook. I had somebody, maybe you're here today, I don't know, get started with us in one of our businesses last week because she was following me on Periscope. And I've barely done any Periscopes. Maybe I've done maybe 15 or 20 Periscopes over the past 3 months or so. So I have kind of half-heartedly been pursuing Periscope, but people are watching you. Don and I have had somebody reach out to us that we sent an email to 5 or 6 years before. That person saved that email. When the time was right, they reached out to us. So like when you went on an interview or you went to a job in the olden days and you got put your very best suit on, maybe you bought some new jewelry, you got your hair done, whatever, and went to that interview, the way you looked in that interview is the way you presented yourself to that person. Well, whether you like it or not, and if you don't like it, get over it, you are being interviewed every single day online. So you want to put your very, very best foot forward online. So I've got some slides to go through because otherwise I'll be sitting here talking and I don't want to do that. So hold on a second, let me share my screen. So today, Don, make sure, can you see my my screen here?
What to do right now to be seen as the person your prospects want to get started with.
In other words, really how to look fabulous online. And that allows you to do two things. It allows you to really magnetically attract that perfect person that you're going to love to work with, our customer. And it also allows you to repel that person you don't want to work with. Believe me, you do not want to work with everybody. But before I get started, I put this slide in here because I've seen a bunch of people make some huge mistakes lately, and it's really bothering me. So I don't want you to make these mistakes. In corporate America, when you got a job, you worked for X company. When you went to a party, people would say, let's say you worked for Pizza Hut. You were management for Pizza Hut. And you went to a party, people would say, what do you do? And you say, I work for Pizza Hut. When you handed out your business cards, what is on your business card? Pizza Hut. When you put your Facebook page together or your LinkedIn page together, what's on there? Pizza Hut. And so while that's great, it is not the same when you are an entrepreneur. It is definitely not the same. I see people, oh, Juness is the greatest company in the world. Herbalife is the greatest company. Buy my, let me think of something.
My crap.
Most of it is awesome, right? I buy network marketing companies all the time, but get started in my deal. Fill in the blank. My deal, my Herbalife, my Shakely, my Doobly, my Beachbody, my whatever it is the best opportunity on the planet. Don't do that. Once you become an entrepreneur, you are your business, not your company. People get started with people. People could care less, honestly, when somebody gets started with you in your business. They're getting started because, yes, they might be excited about what Doobly or Beachbody or whatever company that you're in front of is doing, but they're really getting excited because they're getting started with you. They see some value in you. They see something that you can bring to the table. They trust you. So when I go to a dinner party, people say, what do you do? I don't say I'm a Doobly rep, ever. Right? I say all kinds of things. I might say I'm an internet marketer. I might say I provide coaching programs to internet marketers. I might say I teach internet marketing. I might say I help people financially. There's all kinds of ways to put that depending on who you're speaking to so that you actually create value to that person. If I said I'm a Doobly rep, their eyes would glaze over and I'd have to say, so what do you do? It's a boring conversation. So when you're an entrepreneur, it's really about you and what you do and the value you provide to the world. So just remember when you're posting, and I get invited every single day to people's Facebook groups, Joe's Doobly Facebook group, Susie's Doobly Facebook group, and I just groan. So don't do that, right? That's not going to provide any value to anybody unless, of course, it's your team, right? And then you can have a closed group for your team. Just like we've put a closed group for our people that we want to be able to assist, called Zero to Hero Online Mastermind on Facebook. So remember, people get started with people. They don't get started with companies. People like to buy. They don't want to be sold. I'm not going to go into this in a huge way until later in the conversation. And then again, they're going to buy from you if they see that you can provide some value. And people are always looking, when they're looking at a business opportunity or even products, is it real? Because there's so much crap, and you think, well, how could people not think that Doobly isn't real? It's a publicly traded company, for goodness sakes. People don't know that until you actually tell them. They have no idea. They might, there's some people, a certain percentage of people that they're analytic types, and they'll go out and they'll do all the due diligence and they'll know who's on the board and all that other stuff. But most people, they don't have the bandwidth at the time or the brain power to go and find that information. They need to be told. So is it real? Can I do this? And will you help me? Those are the three things that people are looking for. And again, do not promote your business, promote you. So again, today's all about positioning you, get to the real topic here, positioning you as the credible authority so people take you seriously. So I got a story to tell you. A few years ago, Don and I have this friend, James, who decided to do I guess it's called a social experiment on a Sunday afternoon. So he got up that morning, he took a shower, he shaved, he cleaned out his ears with Q-tips, I don't know. He put on a really good looking suit. He put on his Italian loafers. He went out and bought a rose, and then he went to the mall. And he stood in front of a Foot Locker right down the way from Nordstrom's, right in the busiest part of the mall. And he had a mission. He wanted to see if he could get a woman to marry him. Yeah, he wanted to see if he could get a woman to marry him. So it had to be somebody he'd never met in his life, so he couldn't have some random girl that he knew from high school walk down the aisle and ask her to marry him. So what he did is he spent 60 minutes. He talked to 53 different women. He put on his, he smiled. He was really nice. He was courteous. He went up to them with his rose, and then he looked them in the eyes and he busted out the words, "Will you marry me?" Now, guess how many of those people said yes? Guess. Well, we all know the answer, right? None. Zip, zero, zilch. Zero. Nada. Right? Not a shocker. So, are you making indecent proposals to your prospects? Right? Are you expecting them to get started as soon as they see your offer? Right? I know you are. I do. Right? I throw traffic at a new sales video, and I want to see if it converts instantly. But I know, because I know that the value is really in what I give to that prospect. So yes, will people get started quickly? For sure, a certain percentage will, but most people won't. And some of you are prospecting on the phone and in person. Some people are kicking it old school and having meetings, etc. Do you follow up with your people even though they've dropped into what Don and I call the Witless Protection Program? We have two names. We call it because Don and I are old hands at prospecting on the phone. We've made tens of thousands, and probably between us, hundreds of thousands of phone calls to prospects. And in the beginning, we'd have somebody, they'd say they would be getting started, and we'd be like calling them every 2 seconds, like stalkers. And then we finally just said, hey, that person is fallen into the witless protection program, right? So are you doing that? Are you basically asking your prospects to marry you without establishing a relationship? Now you might say, no, they're getting my follow-up emails, but are your emails really developing a relationship with them? And honestly, would you give a credit card to somebody you don't know? Now, if that person was Amazon, good, I know Amazon, right? If that person is for Shakeology, for example, I know that company. If that company is something that I know and I've developed a trust, sure. But even more importantly, would you go into a business relationship with somebody you just met, or even a marriage, right? You're not going to do it. I can hear you groaning, Don, over there.
No, I'm humming.
You're not going to do that. So don't expect your prospects to do that. They're just not. Again, a very, very few percentage are, but most of them aren't. And you're going to end up with prospects like that are going to say, oh my God, this is a scam. Or maybe this person who will end up sucking you dry and sucking all of the blood out of your business. And every time they call, you're not going to want to call them back because they're not fun to talk to. Or you'll end up with this freako and a stalker, right?
Yeah.
Hey, believe me, I have the Greek chorus behind me. So really, honestly, guys, it's not fun to have business associates or even customers that when they call you, you don't want to call them back. So determine who you're looking for. And I can tell you right now, you're looking for loyal and educated distributors. You want people that you feel good about working with. You want people that feel good about Skype. I love it when my associates Skype me with questions because I know they're engaged at that point. When I hear radio silence, I just assume they're working their business, but who knows, right? So if you have people that have watched you online, you put your best foot forward, those people would get started with you and you can automate almost all of it. So here we go. Oh, let's back up first. I just want to remind you about how offline sales and sign up happen. And I'm going to go through this really quickly because you guys already know this. So obviously someone has a need, right? There's a need somewhere, someplace. And you go and you search for a solution. Maybe you go to that mall and you look for some guy to marry you, right? Or you attend a meeting or you look for something online. Most people look to social media or their friends for a solution. Then you check out that solution and maybe you make a decision, but 80 to 90% of the time, people don't make a decision. They don't. Even if you're going and buying, a lot of you on the line know my famous sunglasses story where I went and looked for sunglasses for 3 years and didn't buy sunglasses. I just didn't have a critical need for them. I didn't feel that I wanted them. I wanted, just like so many of the people you talk to say, yeah, I want to make extra money, or yeah, I want to get cash back on the things I buy every day, or yeah, I want to, I don't want to go to work, right? But it's not getting to a place where it's critical enough for somebody to make a decision. And they'll wait and they'll see and they'll watch you, see what value shows up. So value can take the form of a friendship offline, or building trust in a store or a restaurant, building that trust, or it can take the form of discounts or sales or promotions. And once that happens, you can actually, especially through emails, through value-based emails, establish a sort of friendship and a trust. But then you run a promotion or a discount or a sale or give some added value, and then suddenly there's this need in your prospect for what you have. So once enough value, a sale is made. People aren't just going to hand you their credit cards. It's just not going to happen. So that's how it happens online. And guys, it happens exactly the same way online. It just, maybe if you're brand new to online marketing, it might be a little bit difficult to see. So what would be the first thing that I would say to do? And of course, that's be valuable to your customers. But this word customers also includes prospects, whatever you call them. Provide that value to them. that you already know that they're interested in what you have because they gave you your name and their information, and they're on your list. And that gives you an opportunity to show off, so to speak, right? If you're all of your online presence and your correspondence via email is your beautiful Armani suit that you put on to go to networking events and that interview, then you know you're putting your best foot forward. The cool thing is you don't have to go buy that suit. You don't have to spend the $2,000 for that dang Armani suit. You don't have to go get dressed and take a shower. All you have to do is do the work one time, get it done, get yourself looking fabulous online, and then you can just allow your online presence to work for you. Does it take some maintenance? Of course, right? It takes some work. You bet. I'm working at my online presence all the time because people are going to get started with people, and I want to make sure that I have a current online presence so that people contact Don and I every single week. Can I get started on your team? Can I move to your team? Can I want to talk to you about this. I want to give you this deal. Will you teach me? All of these things happen simply because we've done that, not because we're so great, believe me, not because we're so great, but simply because we're out there online and we put our online Armani suits on. That's right. That's all it is. And then obviously we appear, we're not gurus by any long stretch of the imagination, but you have some value. You know at least a little bit more. If you know, I heard a guru say this not a long time ago. He said, if you know one more thing than your prospect, then you're the expert in that too some. So guys, you've got this. You know way more than anybody that you're talking to or corresponding to or is watching you online. So the first thing that you should do is get a decent picture of yourself. Now, I'm not saying to go hire a whiz-bang photographer, but you're going to want a great picture, one that especially this, I don't care what anybody else thinks, one that you feel really good about, because you're going to use that picture over and over and over and over and over again. It'll be in your profiles. You'll put it all over the place. You'll put it in your emails. You'll put it in your footers. You'll put it on your profiles. You'll put it all over the place. It honestly doesn't have to cost anything. Just go outside and get someone to take a picture of you. Get some good lighting. Don't have a ton of stuff in the background. Don't be up against the wall. Look your best. If you wear makeup, put makeup on. If you like lots of jewelry, however you feel great, just get a really good picture of you. As a matter of fact, this picture you're looking at right now, my hairdresser took it. It cost me $100 to get like 20 great pictures of myself. I just turned out that way. So get yourself a good picture. If you want to pay somebody, you can hire a great photographer. If you're beginning in your business, don't do that. Someone told me the other day that real estate people have their pictures on their cards all the time. So if you Google real estate photography, your town, wherever you are in the world, you can probably get a really inexpensive photographer to do a really nice picture. Or if you live in the United States, there's always Sears. That's always great. And then put it everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Periscope, everywhere you are, make sure that there's a decent picture of you. Here's a couple bad examples. This is the worst example ever. As a matter of fact, I get friend requests on Facebook all the time from people that have this. There's all these people that look exactly like this. And guess what? All of their requests get deleted. Somebody tries to friend me that doesn't have a picture, forget it, right? So always have a picture. Here's another bad example. Now, this is a good-looking guy, but he's up against the wall, and it looks like a mugshot. So there's tons of other ones where you don't want a picture with you and your ex-wife, right, where you've cut her out of the picture. Don't do that. Just get a decent picture of you, one that you feel good about it, and put it everywhere. Tip number 2. Go ahead, Don.
I was going to say, make sure people can see your eyes. Don't wear dark glasses.
Oh
And
yeah, no
your
sunglasses.
face, right?
Yeah, this guy's pretty good looking. It took me 2 seconds to find this on
It's
Facebook.
not terrible. If he had gone somewhere where there was something behind him other than a stupid blank wall, that would be a really good shot to use.
Yeah, it
But
took
it
me two
looks like
seconds to
a
find this
it
guy.
looks like he went into some place to get a passport photo.
Hey, you know what? It might be his passport photo. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Because it's too much light
there's
shining on
nobody
him
that
and causing a shadow behind his ear.
Sorry, guys. Don, we must have a delay. I kept talking over you. Pardon me. So, okay. Tip number 2, own your own domain. I have carlasilver.com. Don has his. You should own your own name. It's 2015. Buy your name. If you have a name like Joe Smith, you can be the real Joe Smith Online, joesmith.expert. Joe, you pick something out so that you own your own piece of real estate online. And again, none of this has to be done today or tonight.
My primary one, let me interrupt again. My primary one is donsilver.me, because there's an author named Don Silver who has the .com, and donsilver.me is my thing.
So if you, so that's a perfect example. And again, I just want to stress, guys, this doesn't have to be done right now. If you are brand new in your business and you're thinking, I don't even know what an opt-in page is, let alone what a domain is, let alone how to get my own name.com, just relax, put this on your list of things to do, and as you're moving forward in your business, get it done. But I believe that everyone on the planet should own their own name. .com, .info, .me, however you can get it. If you can get them all, buy them all. And just real quick, you don't have to be perfect. My website, SUCKS, does.
SUCKZ.
Mine sucks, honestly. But it's up and I work on it. Every few months I work on it a little bit more. And one of these days I'll actually pop for hiring somebody to make it really fancy. But Don and I have been able to make 7 figures with sucky websites. That's the technical term. So don't stress about stuff being perfect. Just get it up there so somebody can learn about you, can get to know you. So here's a quick checklist of things you're going to want on your website. Oh, first of all, I recommend WordPress. It's fast, it's easy. If you don't know what to do, you can hire a teenager to do it for you. It's probably the most, it's buildable, super easy. Make sure you have a call to action, some sort of opt-in form on your homepage, because your website is also a place to generate leads on top of the opt-in pages and websites that we get with Home Business Labs and Business Labs Pro. Home Business Labs, this is another place for you to generate leads for your business. People are going to be checking you out. Put your picture on your website so that, again, somebody goes to your Facebook page and they go, oh, that's Sue. And then they go to Sue.com and they see, oh, that is Sue, and this is her website. So have a picture. Have a place where you say, I'm a mom of 3 kids. I build a business on the side that pays me while I'm hanging out with my children's football practice. I spent 15 years in corporate America and I'm out and I'm excited about my life. Whatever it is that you want to say about you, but remember that you want to be you. And there's tons of about me's that you can go check out all over the web and find one that you like. I'm not saying to copy it, but just to get examples. It's more important to get something up and done and then put a to-do on your list for sometime next month to go and revisit it. I had about 3 sentences in my about me for probably 2 years. So honestly, it's not going to stop you from making money having not the perfect anything. A blog, I am a big believer in continually blogging. Again, it's a way for somebody to passively, while you're sleeping and they're in Australia, they're at your website and they're checking out like, oh man, this person is just like me. They got downsized and then they found something else. Oh, and they like eating out at restaurants. Oh, and they have 2 kids too. That's just a fabulous way to leverage your time. You don't have to spend a ton of time blogging. As a matter of fact, I do what's called speed blogging and content creation because I don't have time for that. Occasionally, maybe once or twice a month, I'll sit and write a blog. And in another training, we'll show you how to leverage your blog across a bunch of platforms. So you blog once and you've got Facebook posts and tweets and Twitters and Periscopes and all kinds of things to do. So you only have to do something once. Social media links, make sure that people can connect with you on Facebook, etc. 3, my third thing I want to recommend for you guys to do, oh gosh, I'm going along, is to have professional looking headers for your social media. So when people go to your Facebook wall, they see something that looks sharp, that is something about you. And all you have to do, guys, is just look at other people on go to Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or Google Plus or LinkedIn and check out what the other leaders have for their headers. You don't have to make this hard. The image on that page is probably more important than anything that you write. So find an image that represents you. People will be on your Facebook wall for a heartbeat, except for the analytical types. They'll be on because they just want to get a feel for who you are. So again, use a picture that represents you, and you don't have to be agonizing. You don't have to take hours doing this. Pixabay is a great resource for free images, tons and tons and tons of free images that you can use. And then you can use resources like PicMonkey or Canva that both are free image softwares. That's really bad English, but I use canva.com. I can go to Canva and say, I want to build a Facebook header. And it already knows what size it is. It already knows where that little place where the head sticks up on the left-hand side. I can stick an image there. I can write some text, and I'm done. I can change it up. I can build my Facebook ads there. I love Canva. If you don't know how to do any of this, you can pay somebody $5 on Fiverr to do it for you. But it honestly, it's super easy. Once you learn the basics of Canva, it's ridiculously easy to use that. So make sure your headers look great, right? That's, again, your Armani suit. They say something about you and your value in the world. And here's what I really wanted to get to tonight. Honestly, you got anybody that this particular training is for, your list, the people that have responded to you and put their hands up and said, I'm interested potentially in what you have, is your most important asset. And it's a place where you can provide an enormous amount of value. You can develop friendships and trust with your prospects. Honestly, it is the #1 tool that Don and I use, other than our automated sales funnels. Our automated sales funnels is just to make sure that great, wonderful individuals get into our list and then have a place to go once we've established enough value by emailing those individuals. They have a place to go to find out all the information about our products and to apply to work with us. So your emails that you send personally broadcast to your list is your #1 way of creating new business associates and customers and partners, if you should want to do that. Automate your partner acquisition, establishing yourself as the expert and the go-to person. It provides the 2 things, right? Valuable information, whether it's whatever kind of information. If you're attracting work-from-home moms and you're a work-from-home mom, you can talk about the things and tips and tricks that you employ into your everyday life, and that would help them in their everyday life. And it also gives you an opportunity to plug your product, right? Hey, if you want to get cash back at I don't know, Target.com, and just like I did, and you want to offer that to other people, here's where you go to find more information. That wasn't buy my deal, right? That was, hey, if you're looking for this that I did, you can have that over here. Also gives you a great opportunity to run promotions. Don and I, again, have accomplished, we made VP because we ran a series of promotions to our list. And again, first you're going to give them education. You know that they're there because they have a problem and you want to give them the solution. And again, back to the story that I told you at the beginning of our conversation together, it's exactly like dating. Instead of hitting somebody up saying, I want to get married, it's more like, let's date, let's get to know each other, let's establish some value, some trust between the two of us, and let's see if we have a potential for a relationship. I think most of this is what I've already talked about. I want to be cognizant of our time. You're building value and trust, and this is how you build that online cash machine, right? You want to make sure your prospects looking at you, not in person like we talked about at the beginning of our conversation when you're establishing trust. They're looking at you, and they're looking at you and wondering if this is the person that can help me. Can I help them? And you don't want them to think you're right after the money, right? Okay, this is really where you come into play and you become to push yourself as a trusted advisor. So guys, we could go, all of these could be independent trainings. We could go into depth about professional photos. We could go into depth about building your own website. That could be many trainings. Social media covers and how to behave on Facebook, how to generate leads passively on Facebook, how to generate leads through Facebook advertising, how to do Twitter advertising, Periscope, all that stuff could be many, many, many trainings. Email and copywriting are whole courses on their own, and over the next months we will definitely add to all of this. But a couple things I want you to check out before we go. Don and I, as you all know, have built our Doobly business with a personalized automated sales funnel. There is still room for some of you, not all of you, for some of you to join us. We've got our bonuses coming up, so hang in there. For some of you to join us here in Palm Springs, November 20th, 21st, and 22nd, and you will leave with a complete, well, a couple of things. Number one, you will leave with a completely automated sales funnel that is personalized to you, so that all you have to do is drive traffic to that on one end and romance your emails with email, romance your list on the other end. And oh my gosh, well, let's just get rid of that. Romance your list on the other end. and that was hilarious, actually. It's the perfect timing for that. Romance your list on the other end, and you'll have BAs growing your team automatically. The other things that you will leave with are even more important. You'll leave with the knowledge about how to build automated sales funnels, personalized, more importantly, personalized automated sales funnels that you can apply to anything. Those of you on this line, you know we are in Beachbody too. I'm messing around with one over the past few weeks since we got back from our vacation, and I had ours delivered a couple of Insta sales to us today. So I'm getting closer. I wouldn't say I have the perfect sales funnel by any long stretch of the imagination, but I'm working on that so that the same thing happens for Beachbody. I don't want to be dependent on any business with one particular lead generation training. The third thing is that you'll leave with is a much more solid idea of how to follow up with your prospects. And the fourth thing is that we did add an extra Facebook advertising training to Sunday afternoon. So that's a pretty big weekend. We expect to get to work. We work starting 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on Friday, and we go to Sunday afternoon around 3. So it's a And also there's dinner at our house on Saturday night, which
And
is always,
lunch.
it's always the most fun
And
part
lunch
for
and
me.
snack,
We
yeah.
feed you. We expect you to work hard, so we feed you too. And then lastly, second to lastly, join our Facebook group, Zero to Hero Online Mastermind. This is a safe place. Business, it's not any one business. It's just a place for you to grow your internet marketing skills, especially if you are brand new, or if you've got a good idea of what you're doing, but you want to brush up on your skills. Maybe you want to add more things like lead pages or ClickFunnels or Webinar Jam that we're on tonight, etc. Lastly, I have a special, see, I made a little note for myself because I always forget the bonus. I have a bonus for you guys, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to answer any questions. So let's get to the bonus. All of you, many of you, and then in our survey, have asked, how can I get VIP customers? And Don and I have a fantastic email that converts members, the people that are on our list, into paid VIP customers. And it's generated tons of VIP customers from you. So I would be happy. Anybody that is here now gets a copy of that in their email, and all attendees will get a copy of that in their email. And feel free, please, make sure you use your own links, and you're able to, I'm happy for you guys to swipe that and use that in your own marketing. And my goal is to have some sort of bonus every single time we get together like this. So hold on a second, I'm trying to stop sharing my screen. There we go. My goal is to have a real cool bonus that we can share with you that you can take into your business right away. So we'll get that out to you, probably not tonight, but we'll probably get that out to you tomorrow, anybody that's attending now. So I've got, Donna, any questions that I need to?
The only question is someone who can't make the Palm Springs event, and
you know
being
what,
there
guys?
is being there.
I have something. I really, Dawn and I, honestly, we'd love to enjoy our weekend. It's the most beautiful time of year. It's always going to be inconvenient. And we racked our brains on a way to do it online. We're online marketers. We just wanted to do it online, and we wanted to be able to do it repeatedly. And there's just, you can ask the attendees that attended the last one, there's just no way we could possibly do this training online. So I don't know if we're going to be able to do another one. Honestly, we've got all kinds of, I've got a product launch coming out at the end of this month and some other stuff. So hopefully that answers that. The other thing is about recordings and your team. So anybody that registered for the webinar will automatically get a replay notice. And so even if you are, bonuses will be giving out to live attendees, but everybody that registered will also get a replay. It's important that you make sure your team gets on this too, because right now there's no real support for internet marketing from anyone that I know of at Doobly. So if you know of anybody, let me know and we'll coordinate efforts with that person. We're really here to help you grow any business, of course, but really in this particular case to grow your Doobly business, and really most importantly, develop your internet marketing skills. So because those skills are what liberated me and Dawn, allowed us to jet off to Copenhagen at the Amsterdam I have Copenhagen as the next destination on my mind. Jet off to Amsterdam, and has allowed us to live an amazing life, and you can have that too. I have somebody in the room.
Yeah, let me say something here. A funnel that works translates to any opportunity because it's the format. It's the the framework, the structure, the basic building blocks are the same. Doesn't matter what the business is. It's the details that you apply in there. You're not talking about Doobly, you're talking about Shakeology or P90X or something like that, or, you know, potions and pills and lotions and soap and, you know, whatever else, but it's still the same funnel structure. So it's really important, I think, to have your own with your little Poonam and your videos in your funnel. People get started with people that they know, like, and trust. How do they get to know, like, and trust you? Well, they watch your video. Wow, how cool is that? I can recognize that person, and I want to get to know them more because they're really cool, and I want to get started in their business because they sound like they know what they're doing. And you have that advantage because you have us as a resource, right? You don't have to dig the foundation and build the skyscraper. All you have to do is bring the people to the party, and we'll do that.
Yeah, get yourself to Palm Springs, and we will build it side by side with you. And most importantly, once after you're gone, you still have ongoing support.
Yeah.
You're not going to know everything when you leave. When you leave Palm Springs, you're just not. As a matter of fact, you're going to be overwhelmed with information. So, all right, guys, I am now officially way over my time.
Let me say something about overwhelm before we go. Overwhelm is a very cool thing. I was talking to one of our new people last week who is an overwhelm, and I said, that is the greatest thing, because see what happens? Your brain says, ooh, I'm an overwhelm, and it starts to work harder to sort things out, and you actually learn more that way. So don't be afraid of it. And with that,
see. I have a request. Let's see if I can view the request.
You have a request?
Whoops, Whoops. Anna, I invited you as a speaker by mistake, so I didn't see your request. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all, feel free to Skype or PM us on Facebook. Yeah. We're here to assist you. And let me just double check my schedule. We are going to be.
You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome to add us as friends on Facebook and connect with us on Skype and all that other stuff.
And we'll be able to be here on the 20th. We're getting back from Tampa the day before, so we should be good for 2 weeks from now. So, guys, thank you. Any last questions? And Anna hasn't showed up as a speaker.
Yeah.
Don't click on the link. You will show you your
pajamas. The funnel is the one with the 3 different videos.
Did we miss a question?
Yes, Sue.
Yeah, I have actually 4, 5, 6 videos, 5 videos, Sue, in our funnel. There's a bunch on the other side of the funnel after somebody has sent in their application. So it still continues developing that whole relationship with that prospect. After they've gone through the initial half of the funnel, then they have to apply, watch another video, speak with me, and get started. All right, guys, thank you. I will send out your bonuses tomorrow. Don, thanks for being here with us. You've been the best. Bye, everybody.
Bye.